Good morning, everybody. I'm Sunil Kumar, Assistant Professor in Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society of Group of Institution, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today's topic is engineering mechanics. In engineering mechanics, deals the above situation, we need to about know the engineering mechanics. Mechanics is the foundation of the most engineering science. Mechanics is a science which describes the predict the condition of a rest or motion under the action of forces. So mechanics is considered a branch of science which predicts the condition, the rest or motion of under action of forces. Engineering mechanics. Engineering mechanics is classified into two categories: mechanics of solid and mechanics of fluids. Mechanics of solids are sub-classified into mechanics of rigid body and mechanics of deformation body. The mechanics of rigid body as a sub-classified into static and dynamic. Dynamic is again is subdivided into kinematics and kinetics. Then, as mechanics is concerned the physical science of the body behavior as act upon the external forces. Statics. It study the deals with the condition of equilibrium subjected to the external forces. In other words, when the force of system acting on a body is balanced in the system has no external force effect on equilibrium condition. Dynamic. Dynamic is also a branch of mechanics in which the force, the effect of the bodies in a motion study. Dynamics is subdivided into two categories: kinematics and kinetic. Dynamic. Dynamic is a kinetics deals with the geometric motion of the body without application of external forces. Kinetic. Kinetic deals with the motion of the body with the application of an external forces. Then the fundamental concept of the mechanics, mass. The quantity of matter possessed by body is called mass. The mass cannot be changed unless it deformed or damaged the physical separated. Length. Length is the concept of measure of linear distance. Time. Time is a measure of success of event. Then displacement. Displacement. It is defined as the distance moved by the particle in a specific direction. It is nothing but displacement. Velocity. Velocity. The rate of change of displacement with respect of time is defined as a velocity. Acceleration. Acceleration. It is a rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Movement. Movement is nothing but the product of mass and velocity is called momentum. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Then particle as a mass but size is negligible. When the body is idealized the particle, the principle of mechanism is reduced and simplified from the geometry of body will be concerned analyze the problem. By seeing this figure, the body can be a mass of the particle in a size can be neglected and idealize the particle, the principle of mechanism. Then scalar quantity and vector quantity are scalar quantity. Scalar quantity is said to be scalar, completely defined as a magnitude only. That is nothing but scalar quantity. Example are area, length, mass, momentum of inertia, energy, power, volume. So these are the example of the scalar quantity. Vector quantity. Vector quantity is said to be vector, completely defined with both magnitude as well as the direction. So these are the example of vector quantity: force, momentum, movement and displacement, velocity and acceleration. These are the examples of the vector quantity. Now, rigid body mechanics, as we says that static deals with the equilibrium condition, equilibrium of body under action of forces. Body might either rest or move in a constant velocity. By seeing this figure, the body is in rest in equilibrium condition. The rigid body of mechanics or dynamics. Dynamics deals with the motion of the body, so it is a motion consideration. If you see this figure, the car is moving on a road. So these are the examples of statics and dynamic. Then basic law of mechanics, Newton's law, Newton's law of gravitational, triangle law, parallelogram law, Lamarck's theorem, and principle of transferability. Then first law, Newton law, it states that every body continuous, it is straight or rest or uniform motion unless the state be compelled by external force on it. So by seeing this figure, the force actional on a body in a state, every body continue in the state or rest or uniform motion is known as a Newton's first law. Newton's second law, it states that the rate of change of momentum of body is directly proportional to increase the force act takes place, the direction of force acting on it. We state that the change of momentum of body is directly proportional to force and takes in direction of a known. That is known as a Newton's second law. Then Newton's third law, he stated that for every action and equivalent opposite reaction, action reaction of this figure, if you observe that action, a particle of A and B are moving in opposite in direction, the force of action, there will be an equal and opposite reaction. That is nothing but Newton's law. Newton's law of gravitational. It is also known as universal law of gravitational. Universal law of gravitational. Every object, the universe, attracts every other object with the force of directed along with the line of center of two objects proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of the separation between two objects. Here, two masses m1 and m2 with a distance of r, and g is a gravitational force. So, the universal attraction between two masses will be represent with respect to the radius, as Fg is a unit gravitational force, m1 and m2 are the masses of two objects, and r is the separation between two objects, and g is a universal gravitational constant. Then parallelogram law. If parallelogram law states that two vectors acting on a point and represented in magnitude and the direction adjacent side of the parallelogram law, then the resultant of represent the magnitude and direction and by the diagonal of parallelogram passing through the point. If we consider two vectors P and Q, then the adjacent of the side of the parallelogram represent the R. The adjacent side is the represent the R. There is a formula R equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta as a parallelogram law. Then theta equal to tan inverse of Q sin alpha by P plus Q cos alpha. So these are the important of the parallelogram law with represented by the resultant. Thank you. The next class will be continued.